Alec Baldwin is doubling down on his claim that he didn't pull the trigger when cinematographer Halina Hutchins was accidentally shot to death.
You say you never pulled the trigger, but the gun went off.
Right.
Baldwin spoke on a podcast hosted by former CNN anchor Chris Cuomo.
That will not make sense to people. If a bullet comes out of a gun, they say, well, then someone fired
You're
it.
familiar,
It was in your hand.
but this did not come from me. This came from the DA's office themselves. You're familiar with what fanning a gun is. Have you heard of that phrase, fanning a gun?
Yes, but explain
So
it.
if you pull the hammer back and you don't lock the hammer, if you pull the hammer back pretty far, in old Western movies, you'd see someone fan the hammer of the gun. The hammer didn't lock. You pulled it back to an extent where it would fire the bullet without you pulling the trigger.
The actor also repeats his claim that he was told the gun was safe that fateful day.
There's only one question to ask here. Who put a live round in the gun? That's it.
Baldwin's interview with Cuomo came as an FBI report revealed its own tests show the gun could not be fired without a pull of the trigger, contradicting Baldwin's account, which he first told George Stephanopoulos 9 months ago.
I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
Walls close in on Alec Baldwin as his gun life falls apart, goes today's opinion piece in the New York Post. We spoke to firearms safety expert Steve Wolf.
The process of fanning a revolver involves pressing the trigger or applying pressure to the trigger, and while maintaining that pressure, pulling the hammer back and releasing it. And every time we do that, you'll see the cylinder rotates and the hammer falls. It's certainly possible that he wasn't aware that he was pressing the trigger because it's not a large, deliberate action.
Baldwin's lawyer says the FBI report is being misconstrued. Meanwhile, the criminal investigation by the Albuquerque DA continues.
I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And then the announcement's going to come about who is or isn't going to be charged. The process is slow. I am deeply, deeply, deeply resentful and bitter about how slow the process has been.
The interview ends on a note of dark humor.
I told people I'm going to be a greeter in Vegas any day now. I'm going to be, remember me? I was in Beetlejuice. How are you, everybody? Please, table 9, Frank, table 9.